there will be a smooth transition to a second Trump administration. All right, we're ready. The world is watching what's taking place here. We're going to count all the votes. When the process is complete, there'll be electors selected. There's a process. The Constitution lays it out pretty clearly.
All right, guys, I have a crazy story for you today. Apparently, Lin Wood had not released all of Pandora's box yesterday on Twitter. Today, he had a little bit more for us, and he focused that primarily at Vice President Mike Pence, who he suggests may soon be arrested and replaced by Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. As wild as that allegation sounds, I first wanted to start off with figuring out if the Secretary of State could even ascend to the role of Vice President. So essentially, the Secretary of State is the third most powerful person in the executive branch, but when it comes to replacing the president, they're actually fourth in line for the ascension. So the Vice President would be the first person to replace the president. The first person to replace the Vice President would be the Speaker of the House, who we all know the Speaker of the House of Representatives is Nancy Pelosi. Now, Nancy Pelosi is unlikely to go forward in this bid for two reasons. If this allegation were true and Mike Pence were to be incapacitated, to step down, or to be arrested for some high crime, misdemeanor, or treason, it's unlikely that she would be willing to step forward because it would require that she relinquish her title as a congresswoman. Her position would immediately have to go up for special election, and the same would be true for the president pro tempore of the Senate, Senator Chuck Grassley, who has publicly indicated that he would not go forward and do any campaign bid that would help overturn any of Biden's electoral college challenges and would not back the president's effort to maintain that only legitimate votes were cast and that all illegitimate votes were not counted. So again, he would have to resign his role as senator. Another thing that is unlikely to happen, given the fact that temporally there's 19 days left in a Trump administration, they would effectively be giving up their own seats, their own power, their own money for a position that would actually end, according to them, within 2 weeks. So it's something I don't believe either one of them would politically be willing to do, not just as it is political suicide, but even if they believed they could, acquire a re-election, it would be another form of political suicide to join up with their political adversary, Donald Trump. So again, there may be some credence to the fact that if Mike Pence were to step down, that perhaps the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, might be the one to step forward. Again, this is a huge allegation, one that has been provided with no evidence, but Donald Trump himself in the Stop the Steal rally has said that the evidence, more of it will be provided on the 6th than has been presented ever before. And interestingly, again, Lin Wood points out that we should be looking towards the recent comments of Mike Pompeo as well as his homepage and Twitter feed. So it's unclear yet going forward if this allegation holds any water, but what is true is if it is not a legitimate claim, it only serves to hurt Donald Trump and his campaign effort and bid to overturn spurious election results. It may only serve to hurt Donald Trump if Lin Wood is making false allegations here. But again, I just want to remind everyone, Lin Wood is a defamation lawyer, and his attacks verbally on Twitter against Justice Roberts and now Mike Pence, he knows that these are public statements. He knows these are public allegations. I think he knows that not only is America on the line, but so is his credibility. So I'm not sure exactly why Lin Wood is levying such strong allegations against Mike Pence, Chief Justice John Roberts, or Justice Stephen Breyer, but I know that he's very willing to stake his reputation on the line right now for election integrity, something I think every American bipartisan should be willing to do, no matter who they wish will ascend to the role of president and vice president come January 20th. So if you thought this story was interesting and you'd like to see some election integrity, please hit that thumbs up. If you'd like to stop in for more, consider hitting the subscribe button, and we'll see you at the next Triggered Newscast.
I'm very confident that we will count, and we must count every legal vote. We must make sure that any vote that wasn't lawful ought not be counted. That dilutes your vote if it's done improperly. Got to get that right. When we get it right, we'll get it right. We're in good shape.